Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Joanne. I've just come across a very interesting story that I wanted to share with you, seeing we're talking about the Friendly Geordies case and defamation. So there is a report that has just come through from the ABC about a YouTuber and a self-employed journalist who has just been found guilty of 4 charges of contempt. Contempt of court, and he was dealing with a defamation charge with a Liberal MP. What is it with these LNPs, politicians, and defamation charges? So here it is. So the report says that he made a defamatory video about the Tasmanian government MP, Michael Ferguson. He was ordered by the court to stop making videos and made 2 more. He's found guilty of 4 charges of contempt and sentenced to 9 months prison. So he's a YouTuber and self-employed journalist. So Mr. Ferguson initially launched court action against Dallow over 2 videos he made and published that contained defamatory allegations about him. During the proceedings, the court ordered Dallow refrain from publishing and distributing videos. But then he went and made a 3rd video, giving an update on the legal action, repeating defamatory allegations, and then that was the first contempt charge. The court then ordered he remove the 3rd video as soon as possible, but he didn't. So there's contempt charge number 2. Then he published a 4th video titled Broken Parliament, in which he alleged the Federal Court of Australia was part of a ring of protection to protect politicians, acts to cover up allegations of misconduct by politicians, and gives preferential treatment to politicians. There's the 3rd and 4th contempt charge. He pled not guilty to all charges. He was later found guilty by the court. Dallow said the court videos were a way to vent about what was happening. I decided to run my story on the basis that I felt it was in public interest. It was never a personal attack against Mr. Ferguson or his cabinet ministerial roles or of the legal government or anything like that. Justice Callaghan said Dallow's explanations and defence had at times been difficult to understand, and some were nonsense. For Dallow to say what he had said about the applicant was never a personal attack against him falls squarely into that category, he wrote. He said Dallow's claim that the defamation case was continuing was not true. Dallow never filed a defence, and the court ruled in favour of Mr. Ferguson by default, finding the videos were defamatory. Taking into consideration Dallow's remorse, Justice O'Callaghan noted that he had sent Ferguson an email in which he apologised for any hardship the stories had caused, but Justice O'Callaghan ultimately dismissed the apology. Mr. Dallow has not expressed any genuine contrition or even recognised that he has done anything wrong, persisting as he does, even in his email to the applicant, with his view that he at all times acted in the public interest. In sentencing, Justice O'Callaghan said Dallow appeared not to be employed other than self-employed journalist, nor did he have any assets of significance. He noted Dallow had prior convictions, although none were of contempt of court. He has an appalling history of offending, including dishonesty, fraud, breaching bail conditions, and has served multiple sentences of imprisonment. It follows that his conduct with respect to 4 contempt, for which he has been adjudged guilty, cannot be seen as out of character. He wrote that Dallow's culpability was high for each of the contempt charge. He was aware and understood the meaning and effect of the orders made by the other justices, and he knew he was acting in breach of them. As the 4th video, he deliberately intended to scandalise the court and lower its authority. Justice O'Callaghan said he believed that there was compelling need for specific deterrence, especially because he did not accept any wrongdoing and is at least at some risk of reoffending. He also noted that there needs to be a deter others from a mind from similar disobedience. It must now be considered in the age of instant and widespread communication, protect vast numbers of people via social media, because in seconds, great harm can be done in kind of imaginable. Dallow was sentenced to a total of 9 months in prison and ordered to pay the costs in the contempt hearing. So, yes, very interesting, isn't it? So he never filed a defence for the defamation hearing, and instead just kept making videos again, which was deemed a contempt of court. So he's been ordered. So we are starting to see now these cases of social media and defamation cases. So tell me what you think in the comments below. Do you think it's justified? Do you think that the judge should have just fined him, or is jail appropriate? And is this now going to be a precedence? Is this now going to be a precedence for matters arising? I'd love to know what you think. And